From Kansas City, it's Game 2 of the Pine Tar Baseball American League Championship Series in my Great Teams Tournament. We are down to 4 teams left in the tournament. We started with 16 of the greatest teams in baseball history between 1964 and 1989, selected by you, the Pine Tar Baseball fans, way back in January. We have 4 teams left. They are on the National League side, the 1964 Phillies and the 1979 Expos, 2 Cinderella teams. And on the American League side, the 74 A's and the 1980 Kansas City Royals playing today in Kansas City, Game 2 of their series. In Game 1, in Oakland, the Oakland A's jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning, but Kansas City came roaring back. And off of starting pitcher Dave Hamilton and relievers Darrell Knowles, Paul Lindblad, and Raleigh Fingers scored 8 unanswered runs to take the game and home field advantage in the series by a score of 8-4. Today, it's Vida Blue for the Oakland A's. He is a C pitcher on the road, as you can see on his card, and a G pitcher the third time through the order, as opposed to his outstanding numbers in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. An A pitcher the first time through the order, first 2 times through the order at home, and a B pitcher starting with the third time. So this is a wonderful part of Pine Tar Baseball, is that you get home road splits for your pitchers. And in this game, it may make a lot of difference. His opponent on the mound for Kansas City, Dennis Leonard, probably their ace. He is a B pitcher the first 2 times through the order, and then he gets better as the game goes on, improving to an A after that. This is a big game for both teams for 2 reasons. One, Kansas City has stolen home field advantage. They need to win today to keep that advantage in the series. But also, Dennis Leonard and Larry Gurra are their number 1 and 2 starters. Leonard goes today. Gurra goes in Game 3. They need to win these games because their starters in Games 4 and 5 will be less than bueno. For the A's, they need to even the series. They've got Vida Blue on the mound. They've got a good chance to do that. If they don't, however, it's Catfish Hunter in Game 3 and Ken Holtzman in Game 4 with good chances to send this to a 5th game. Importantly for the Royals, they have burned Dan Quisenberry. He is not available today. He has been used and abused to get the Royals this far, so he's got the day off, and that means their closers will be a cast of thousands if Dennis Leonard needs help. That could be a theme in today's game. So we got a lot going on here. The 1980 Royals lead the series 1-0. The 74 A's fighting for their lives. It's a best of 5 series to go to the Tournament World Series. Here we go. Bill North standing in the batter's box now against Dennis Leonard. The 1980 Royals, of course, winners of the American League Championship Series against the New York Mets. They won the American League pennant but lost the 1980 World Series in 6 games to the Philadelphia Phillies. 1974 Oakland A's won the American League pennant against the Baltimore Orioles and went on to win the 1974 World Series in 5 games against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So here we go with Bill North leading off against Dennis Leonard. Dennis Leonard is a B pitcher at the moment, and this one is slapped in the air to left field. Oh, I didn't even give you the lineups yet. I got to do that. And Willie Wilson is going to make the catch for the first out of the ball game. Let's go through the lineups for you. For the visiting Oakland A's, it's Bill North leading off in center field. Bert Campaneris batting second at shortstop. Sal Bando at third base. Reggie Jackson batting fourth in right field. Joe Rudi batting fifth in left field. Gene Tennis batting sixth at first base. Claudell Washington batting seventh, and he's the DH today. Ray Fosse, the catcher, batting eighth, and Dick Green at second base batting ninth. For the homestanding Kansas City Royals, it's Willie Wilson leading off in left field. Hal McRae batting second as the DH. George Brett batting playing third. Amos Otis batting fourth in center field. John Wathan batting fifth at first base. Jose Cardenal, right fielder, batting sixth. Darrell Porter, catching, batting seventh. Frank White at second base, batting eighth. UL Washington playing shortstop, batting ninth. And Dennis Leonard doing the pitching. He's on the mound. Bert Campaneris stands in with one out in the top of the first. Here's Campy. Lifted to left. And Willie Wilson coming in. And that's 2 outs for Oakland in the top of the first. Sal Bando, the captain of the ball club, stepping in against Dennis Leonard. He had 243 in 1974. This one also lifted to left. Willie Wilson's going to drift back a few steps and will tie a record held by many, making all 3 outs in the inning. And that will retire Oakland in the first. We go to the bottom of the first with no score. Vida Blue taking the mound. He's a little bit less than Vida Blue on the road. We'll see how he does today. He has a maximum innings pitched of 7. Pitch to Willie Wilson to lead off this ball game for the Royals. Willie Wilson has been on fire. Base hit to left. That's his 5th hit of the series. He is aboard. Hal McRae stands in, the DH, against Vida Blue. Wilson working on his lead. Vida Blue to the belt. The pitch home to McRae is grounded to first. That's gloved by Tennis. He will throw to Campaneris for 1. The return throw to Blue is not in time. And McRae is safe at first. 1 out, 1 on for George Brett. .390 hitter in 1980, the MVP, All-World, and Mr. Hemorrhoid, if you'll remember. But only available to the Royals he was only available to them for a little less than 3/4 of the season due to injury and illness. Brett, chopper, off Blue's glove, trickles toward Green. Brett's going to beat this out. He is aboard. And it's an infield hit for Brett on the Kansas City turf. McRae advances to second. Brett is safe at first. And the Royals have something going in the first inning. Amos Otis with 1 out stands in against Blue. The pitch. Hit in the air to left. Joe Rudi is drifting back. He will make the catch, and the runners will retreat to their bases. With 2 outs, there's still 2 on for John Wathan, jack of all trades for the 1980 Kansas City Royals, playing first base today. This is the same lineup that beat Hamilton yesterday. Fly ball, center field. That's going to be caught by Bill North and will get Blue out of a first inning jam. That retires the Royals, and we go to the second inning. We have no score in Kansas City. Dennis Leonard steps back on the rubber. Reggie Jackson, Joe Rudi, Gene Tennis for the A's in the second. The pitch to Reggie is hit high and deep to center field. Amos Otis is back on the track, but he's going to make the play, and that's 1 down in the second. Joe Rudi stands in, 293 in 1974. Joe strikes out looking on a Leonard breaking ball. That's 2 down. And Tennis steps in. 5 up, 5 down for Oakland and for Dennis Leonard so far. Pitch to Gino. Hit in the air to center. Amos coming in a little bit and will make the catch. And 2 perfect innings for Dennis Leonard are now in the books. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Kansas City nothing, Oakland nothing. And Kansas City coming to bat with Cardinal, Porter, and White against Vita Blue. Jose stands in. 263 with a pair of ball clubs in 1980. This one is lined a base hit to center field. Cardinal takes Vita right back up the middle, and it's a base hit with Porter coming up. Can do a lot of things with Darryl. Cardinal works on his lead. Blue checks him at first base. Pitch home to Porter. He's not bunting. And he lines it to left. It's a base hit in front of Rudy. Cardinal advances to second base and will hold there. 2 on with nobody out for Frank White. Frank White, dangerous second baseman, especially against left-handed pitching. Fry flashing a series of signs. Let's see what they might want to do here. Blue to the belt. He checks both runners. Cardinal at second. Porter at first. The pitch to White coming home. White squares to bunt. And he gets it down. Not easy to do on the turf. He bounces it toward Tennis. Tennis gloves it and flips it to Dick Green covering first, and the base runners will advance. Kansas City has Cardinal now at third, Porter at second, and UL Washington stepping in. Especially dangerous against left-handed pitching. 273 for UL on the 1980 season. The Oakland infield is playing back. The pitch home to UL is trouble. It's big trouble. This is going to go to left center. It's going to split Rudy and North, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall on the turf. It's going to score Cardinal from third. It's even going to score Porter from second. And UL Washington is on second base with a 2-run double in the bottom of the second, giving the 1980 Royals a 2-0 advantage in this game. UL working on his lead is capable of stealing a base for you. Willie Wilson at the plate. Blue to the belt. Checks Washington. The pitch home to Willie is ball 4. He walked him. Wilson on base for the second time today. Now there are runners at first and second. And 1 man out. McRae standing in. Blue Moon Odom is going to start throwing in the Oakland bullpen. Alvin Dark not liking what he's seeing out of Vita so far, and this is a big game for both clubs. UL Washington at second base. Willie Wilson at first. There's speed to burn on the base paths. Blue to the belt. The pitch home to McRae is hit high and deep. Center field, Billy North drifting back, and this is gone. A 3-run bomb. Elvis has left the building. So has Hal McRae. He has just hit a 3-run homer to give the 1980 Kansas City Royals a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning, with George Brett coming to bat. That drops Blue to a D, and Blue Moon Odom not warm yet. They're going to leave Blue in at least to face Brett. Brett is 1 for 1. 5-0 Royals. Nobody on, one man out. The pitch to Brett. Hit in the air to center. Into right center. North is going to get there and make the play. That's 2 down. And Amos Otis will stand in. Amos, 0 for 1 on the day, 251 in 1980, but big hits all over the place in this tournament. That's driven to left field. It's down the line. Rudy's got to go chase it into the corner. It's going to rattle around. Otis is going to end up on second base, and that is going to do it for Vida Blue. Vida Blue has finished his day. Give you his numbers. Not good for Oakland. 1 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 7 hits. He walked 1, struck out none. He has allowed 5 runs. They are all earned right now, with a 6th run that he is responsible for on base at second base in the person of Amos Otis. John Wathan, 0 for 1 on the day. He is playing first base. They will not hit for him with Akins, at least not yet against the righty Odom. Blue Moon is on. He is on the road, a B pitcher. He has a maximum innings pitched of 3, but he had control trouble in 1974, and so we'll have to watch for that. Wathan stands in with a chance to drive in another run for Kansas City. This one is bounced. Nope, read it wrong. Hit in the air to center. Billy North coming on, and he's going to make the play. That will retire the 1980 Kansas City Royals in the bottom of the second, but they just put up a crooked number. They bat around on Vida Blue and Blue Moon Odom and score 5. And after 2, the 1980 Royals are looking good in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. We go to the top of the third. It's 1980 Royals 5, 1974 Athletics 0. And the bottom third of the A's order is coming up. Claudell Washington, Ray Fosse, Dick Green. The pitch from Leonard. Dennis gets Washington to hit it on the ground at UL Washington. He gloves it and throws to Wathan for 1 down. Ray Fosse stands in. Ray, 196 in 1974. Fly ball to right field. Cardinal coming in a few steps and will make the play. That's 2 down. And Dick Green, 213 in 1974. Bottom third of the order, a little bit challenged for Oakland. And of course, as soon as I say this, Green hits one. He pulls it inside the line at third. Brett dives, does not get it. It's going to roll to the wall. Willie Wilson's going to chase it down and throw it back into UL Washington. But before he does, Dick Green reaches second base with a double. And suddenly the A's have something in the third inning. Billy North stepping in. North is 0 for 1 on the day. That's the first A's hit of the day by Dick Green. The pitch to North. And Leonard walks him. He walks him. 2 on now with 2 outs for Campaneris, also 0 for 1 on the day, but 290 in 1974. A spark plug to their offense, Campaneris. We'll see what happens now. The pitch to Campy. Hit in the air to left, that's a range check. Willie Wilson is going to be on the run. He's on the run. He's going to get there and make the play for out number 3 in the Oakland third. The A's threaten but do not score. After 2.5, it's Kansas City 5, Oakland nothing. And we go to the bottom of the third with Cardinal, Porter, and White for Kansas City. Jose is 1 for 1 with a run scored on the day. This one chopped over Blue Moon Odom's head and into center field for a base hit. Cardinal is on base on first. Porter stands in. Interesting option now for Fry. He could ask Porter to bunt, or they could go for the jugular. Nobody out. Cardinal on first base. The pitch to Darrell. He is not bunting. This is hit on the ground to short. Campaneris to Green. Green to Tennis, and that is an Oakland double play to wipe out the Kansas City base runner in the bottom of the third. And with 2 outs, it's Frank White. 264 in 1980 for the Royals second baseman. This one's hit in the air to left field, and Rudy in his tracks will make the catch for out number 3. We go to the top of the fourth. It's Kansas City 5, Oakland nothing. And it's the meat of the Oakland order. Bando, Jackson, Rudy against Dennis Leonard. Sal is 0 for 1, 243 in 1974. This one's hit hard. It's hit high. Right field. That's going to be Cardinal to the wall, and it's gone. Sal and Elvis have left the building. It's 5-1. Now Kansas City as the shutout is broken for Leonard. Reggie Jackson stands in. Remember, the Kansas City bullpen is thin, so every run matters. Jackson, 0 for 1 in the day, 289 in 1974. Hit on the ground to shortstop. UL Washington will glove it and throw to Wathan for the out. That's 1 down in the A's fourth. Rudy, 0 for 1 with a strikeout on his day. Pitch from Leonard. Ground ball short. That's UL, who will throw to Wathan for 2 down. And Gene Tennis, 0 for 1 on the day, but maybe the A's most valuable player of the tournament so far. 0 for 1 for Tennis, only 211, but with a 367 on base average in 1974. This one, he strikes out on a Leonard hook. That retires Oakland, but they do get a run. And after 3.5, it's the 1980 Royals 5, the 1974 A's 1. Blue Moon Odom entering his second full inning of work. It'll be Washington, Wilson, and McRae for Kansas City, trying to add some runs. Pitch to UL is hit in the air to left, but not deep. Rudy coming in and will one-hand it for out number 1. Willie Wilson, probably Kansas City's most valuable player so far, although there are a lot of candidates for that title. Willie's 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. And with Willie Wilson coming to the plate with 1 out in the top of the fourth, it is Kansas City 5. In the bottom of the fourth, it's Kansas City 5, Oakland 1 in this one. Willie hits one in the air to center. It's going to be North, and North will make the play for out number 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Blue Moon Odom has calmed the waters since coming in relief for Vida Blue back in the second inning. Hal McRae, 1 for 2 with a home run, a 3-run bomb in the second inning. And he just took ball 4. And that's Blue Moon Odom's second walk on the day. George Brett stands in. He's 1 for 2 with McRae on first and 2 men out. The Royals bullpen is depleted. Quisenberry not available today. The pitch to Brett. And that's trouble. That is trouble. It's hit to right. It's going to be over the head of Reggie Jackson. It's going to bounce off the wall. Reggie will collect it and hit Green on the relay. McRae is going to be waved around third. Yes, he will be waived around third. Reggie in 1974 had an excellent throwing arm. McRae is waived. There's 2 men out. Brett heading to second base. The throw home to get McRae is not in time. Brett doubles home McRae with 2 outs in the 4th. And Kansas City stretches their lead to 6-1. And it's Amos Otis coming to the plate with Wathan on deck. Amos is 1 for 2 on the day with a double. And he draws a walk with first base open. Blue Moon a little too careful to Amos, and that's going to bring up Wathan. John 0 for 2 on the day. Brett on second, Otis on first, and 2 men out. Odom in trouble. Darryl Knowles starting to loosen in the bullpen for Oakland. The pitch to Wathan hit in the air to right. That's going to be caught by Reggie coming in, and that will retire Kansas City in the 4th. We go to the 5th. It is the 1980 Royals 6, the 1974 A's 1, and big trouble in Kansas City as the A's are in danger of going down in a best-of-5 series, 2-0. Claudell Washington, Ray Fosse, and Dick Green, the bottom third of the order in the 5th for Oakland. This one hit on the ground to short. It's UL Washington to John Wathan for out number 1. Ray Fosse, the catcher, 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch from Leonard. He strikes him out on some high heat. Ray cannot catch up to it, and Dick Green, possessor of only one of the 2 hits on the day for Oakland. He doubled back in the 3rd in his only at bat. 2 outs, nobody on. Leonard, the wind, the pitch home is hitting the air to right. And that's going to be Cardinal, who will come in and make the grab for the 3rd out. We've completed 4.5. We're halfway home. It's Kansas City 6, Oakland 1 in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. Jose Cardinal with a single and a walk and a run scored will lead off. He'll be followed by Darryl Porter and Frank White for Kansas City. This one's hitting the air to left. Going to be Rudy. Going to be caught. It's 1 down for Kansas City in the 5th. Porter, and then White, and then Washington, if anybody gets on. Porter against Odom. Darryl. Strokes it to left. He goes the other way, and he's now 2 for 3. A base hit for Porter. And Frank White stands in 0 for 1 with a bunt back in the 2nd inning. 1 out, 1 on for Kansas City. Odom trying to give the Oakland manager Alvin Dark some length here out of the bullpen. Pitch to White. Struck him out on some heat, some Blue Moon Odom gas. And that is as far as Dark wants to go with Odom. That will be it for Blue Moon. And we're going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be Paul Lindblad. Paul Lindblad coming on. Usually comes later, but Dark is hoping for a miracle comeback here for Oakland and wants Lindblad to hold the fort. Blue Moon Odom went 3 complete innings in relief of Vita Blue. He allowed 2 hits. He walked 3. He struck out 1 and allowed 1 run. It was earned so far, but Porter on first base is also his responsibility. Lindblad is in to face UL Washington. Lindblad is a lefty. As you can see on his card, he is an A-plus reliever on the road, which is where we are. We are in Kansas City today. UL Washington stands in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He has doubled. He has scored a run. He has driven in 2. The first 2 runs for Kansas City on the day. All right, so Lindblad to the belt. He looks at Porter at first base. The pitch home to UL Washington is strike 3 called. UL and his toothpick are done in the 5th. We have completed 5 in Kansas City, and the 1980 Royals continue to bludgeon Oakland pitching. We have the top of the order for the A's now in the top of the 6th. They've got some work to do. Bill North, Bert Campaneris, Sal Bando. Pitch to North. D strikes out on a Dennis Leonard bender. That's 1 down. And Bert Campaneris stands in. Campy's 0 for 2. 290 in 1974. Hitting the ground to short. Gloved by Washington. Throw to Wathen. And that's a refrain we've heard several times today. And it's 2 down in the 6th for Bando. Solo homer for Sal in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Pitch to Bando. He continues his hitting. It's a base hit to left. Bando pulls one into left, and he's aboard with a single with 2 outs for Reggie. Jackson is 0 for 2. Leonard to the belt. The pitch. Line, a base hit for Jackson. Jackson goes the other way, which may be what they're trying to do now. Bando stops at second. There's 2 on with 2 out for Rudy. A long one puts the A's back in the game. Joe is 0 for 2 with a strikeout on his day. The pitch from Leonard. He hit him. He hits Rudy with a pitch, and the bases will be loaded for Gene Tennis, who I told you before very well could be the A's most valuable player in this tournament so far. A's are thinking grand slam. Tennis stands in. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Leonard, no activity in the Kansas City bullpen. This is Dennis's game. There's 2 outs. Bando on third. Jackson on second, Rudy on first, Tennis at the plate, the pitch from Leonard. Hit on the ground to short. Washington in the hole, flips to White and retires the A's in the 6th. Ooh, Dennis Leonard dodges a bullet. He dodges a bullet. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the Kansas City order coming up. It's 1980 Royals 6, 1974 A's 1, and it's getting late for those A's. They got to hold the Royals where they are. Paul Lindblad, part-time setup man, part-time closer for the 74 A's, is on to try and hold the fort. Willie Wilson, Hal McRae, and George Brett in the 6th. This one's hitting the air to center. Billy North coming in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Hal McRae. Hal is 1 for 2, a 3-run homer, a walk, 2 runs scored on his day. Pitch to Hal. Hitting the air to right. Reggie over a few steps towards the line and will make the catch. That's 2 down. And George Brett, 2 for 3, a double and a ribby on his day. The pitch to George, he walked him. course, Brett's on-base percentage in 1980 was .454, which is just average. No, I'm kidding. I'm sarcastic there. It was excellent. Historic. Amos Otis 1 for 2 with a double and a walk on his day. Brett is at first base. Lindblad to the belt, looks at Brett, throws home to Otis. And Amos lines a base hit to left to Rudy on a hop. Brett will stop at second base, and with 2 on, there's 2 outs for John Wathan, who's on an 0 for 3 day. The fifth place hitting first baseman for Kansas City. Lindblad to the belt, checks Brett at second, Otis at first. There's 2 outs. The pitch home, it's a fastball. Wathan hits it deep. Oh, and I read it wrong. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Campy flips to Green, and that retires the Royals. They will not bury the A's in the 6th. We go to the 7th. The 1980 Royals, 6. The 1974 A's, 1. And Dennis Leonard strolls back out to the mound. He hasn't been perfect, but he's been very good. Bottom third of the A's order in the 7th, Claudell Washington, Ray Fosse, Dick Green, a combined 1 for 6 on the day. Pitch to Claudell. We got a range check. Claudell smokes it, and it's at left fielder Willie Wilson, who's going to slide and make the play. 1 down. Wow. A web gem for Willie Wilson to lead off the 7th. Ray Fosse 0 for 2 on his day. This may not be the A's series. Ground ball. Shortstop. Taken by UL. Throws to Wathan. And that's 2 down. Dick Green 1 for 2 on his day with a double. 1 of 4 hits for Oakland on the day. Pitch to Dick. We have another range check. Get to the kitchen. The pitch, it's a line shot. It's at White. And he makes the diving play. Frank White dives and grabs it. That retires the A's in the 7th. Sometimes you can tell it just ain't going to be your day. And so far it hasn't been for the 1974 A's. Lindblad back out there. Cardinal, Porter, and White in the bottom of the 7th for Kansas City. They want to bury Oakland. They're concerned about that bullpen. They know they're giving Quiz the day off. Pitch from Lindblad to Cardinal is a ground ball to short, taken by Campy. He will throw to Tennis for the out, and that will retire Cardinal. And here comes Alvin Dark. That's 1 2/3 innings pitched for Lindblad. And here comes Raleigh Fingers. It's early for Raleigh, but he's on to face Porter. Porter's 2 for 3 with a run scored. And a double play. Nobody on. 1 man out in the bottom of the 7th for Kansas City. This one's hitting the air to right. Going to drive Reggie back a few steps, but he's got room, and that's 2 outs for Frank White. Just made a web gem last inning. 0 for 2 on the day for White with a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. Frank White, ground ball second. Dick Green's going to throw to Tennis, and that'll retire the Royals in the 7th. We go to the 8th. 6 outs left. Dennis Leonard is still on because he's allowed 2 runs or fewer. He's only allowed 1. And so they're going to leave him in, and that's exactly what Jim Fry was hoping for in this game. Get Leonard to give them some length. Bill North, Bert Campaneris, Sal Bando in the top of the 8th for Oakland. Pitch to North. Hit in the air to center. Amos Otis in his tracks will make the play, and that's 1 down in the 8th. Campy is 0 for 3. Top of the order hasn't gotten it done for Oakland. The pitch from Leonard, and as soon as I say that, Campy drives one to the gap and in right center. It's going to split Cardinal and Otis and roll all the way to the wall on the carpet. Bert Campaneris will have a standing triple to get Oakland started in the 8th. There's 1 man out, Campaneris on third. The Royals infield will play back, and Sal Bando is up. He's 2 for 3 with a solo homer today. Pitch to Sal. Royals will gladly trade a run for an out. Pitch to Sal is a walk. He walked him. He walked Sal Bando, and now there's runners at first and third for Jackson. 1 for 3 for Reggie on the day, and now the Kansas City bullpen will get busy. Rennie Martin and Raleigh Eastwick. Leonard's still on. Reggie at the plate. A long one puts him back in the game, but we've said that before. Reggie is 1 for 3 on the day. Campaneris on third. Bando at first. There's 1 man out. The pitch from Leonard to Jackson is hit deep to center. Cardinal and Otis in right center, and this one is gone. Reggie Jackson has left the building, and so has Elvis. It's a 3-run home run for Mr. October, and all of a sudden it's Kansas City 6, Oakland 4. Here comes Jim Fry. He's seen enough of Dennis Leonard, and he's going with Rennie Martin. So we'll give you Leonard's numbers. Dan Quisenberry not available today. It's 6-4 Kansas City. Top of the 8th. There's 1 out. For Dennis Leonard, he went 7 1/3 innings today. He allowed 6 hits. He walked 1 batter who did score this inning. He hit a batter. He walked 2 batters. He hit a batter. And in terms of strikeouts, he struck out 4 on the day. 4 runs, they're all earned, and he is in line to get the win should the Royals hang on to this lead. However, it's not guaranteed. Rennie Martin is in. It's his first appearance in the tournament. He is an A pitcher at home, but as you can see, he's got walk modifiers of 55 to 60 and 77 with a maximum innings pitched of 2. So he's good at home, but he's wild. Eastwick continues to throw in the Kansas City bullpen, and Joe Rudy is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout on his day. It's 2 outs, there's nobody on, and the Royals are now leading only by 2 runs. Rudy wants to get aboard for tennis. The pitch to Joe. And he just did. This one is lined into left field. It's going to split Wilson and Otis and one-hop the wall. Rudy will take second with a double, and all of a sudden, those Oakland A's have the tying run at the plate in the person of Gene Tennis. Tennis is 0 for 3 with a whiff. Eastwick is still throwing. Fry is not sitting down in the dugout. He's on the top step. Rennie Martin to the belt. He checks Rudy at second base. The pitch home to Tennis. He struck him out. Rennie Martin reaches back for something extra, and he strikes out the Oakland first baseman, but he's not out of the woods yet. It's Claudell Washington on a 0 for 3 day with Rudy at second base. Rudy at second, 2 men out. Claudell in the left-handed batter's box. Rennie Martin to the belt, checks Rudy, the pitch home. Line drive, base hit, Claudell Washington. It's to right field. It lands in front of Cardinal. Rudy will score with the 5th run for the A's, and Washington is aboard at first base with that single. The A's have cut the lead to 1 with a 4 spot in the 8th inning, and they aren't done yet. Ray Fosse is due. He's in the on-deck circle. They're calling him back. It's going to be Jim Holt batting for Ray Fosse in the 8th. Jim Holt will be the pinch hitter here in the 8th. And that's going to do it for Rennie Martin. Jim Fry can't watch anymore. He's going to pull him and bring in right-hander Raleigh Eastwick. And that Royals bullpen getting thinner and thinner. Quisenberry, as we told you, not available today. And Marty Patton and Gary Christensen are starting to loosen in the bullpen. Eastwick is on. He has certainly been in big spots before. He is a B pitcher at home. He has a max innings pitched of 2, so he can also finish this game. But he's a B. He's not an A like Rennie Martin, and he has a walk modifier on a roll of 77. So, with Claudell Washington, a very fast man on first base, the rookie, who just drove in a huge run, drove in Joe Rudy from second base. It's now the 1980 Royals 6, the 1974 A's 5, and Jim Holt is 1 double from tying this game. Alvin Dark clapping in the A's dugout. Claudell Washington takes his lead off first. Eastwick checks him. The pitch home to Holt. Hit in the air to left. Willie Wilson coming on, and he will make the play for the 3rd out. However, the Royals feel good about getting out of the 8th. They just allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 walk, and there was 1 man left. And after 7.5 innings of play, we got a ball game. It's the 1980 Royals 6, the 1974 A's 5 in this one. We need a catcher. Fosse was hit for, so Holt is going to go play first base. Tennis will catch. And Raleigh Fingers comes back out to try and hold the lead, or to try and keep the A's within a run of Kansas City going to the 9th. The Royals all of a sudden need a run, or 2, or 3. UL Washington, Willie Wilson, and Hal McRae are up for Kansas City in this inning. UL against Fingers. And UL Washington with another hit. It's to center field. He's got a 2 for 4 day going, and he is a threat to steal. Tennis can throw, however. See what they want to do. Willie Wilson at the plate. Willie's 1 for 3 with a walk. Raleigh to the belt. Wilson's going to square to bunt. He gets it down. He gets the bunt down on the turf. Bando gloves it, throws to Green, and that advances Washington to second base. McRae comes to the plate. Hal is 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer and a walk to his resume today. Brett is on deck. Pitch to Hal from Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh checks Washington at second. The pitch home. Ground ball third, gloved by Bando. That's going to hold Washington at second. The throw across is in time to get McRae at first base. That'll bring Brett to the plate, who's 2 for 3 with a walk on his day. They will not let him bat. They're going to intentionally walk George Brett and pitch to Otis. Otis has had a good day himself. Amos is 2 for 3 with a double and a walk. It's a huge run on second base. UL Washington at second, George Brett at first. There's 2 men out. Fingers on the mound. The pitch home to Amos. And it's a ground ball to second. Dick Green's going to flip to Campy, and that'll retire the A's in the 8th. We're going to go to the 9th inning. We got a tense one going in Kansas City. It's the 1980 Royals 6, the 1974 A's 5 in Game 2 of this ALCS. Raleigh Eastwick, the Royals' 4th string closer, is on to try and earn the save. Dan Quisenberry, not available today. Dick Green, Bill North, Bert Campaneris are due. Green will not be allowed to bat. We're going to have a pinch hitter for him. And Herb Washington is doing some stretching in the Oakland dugout in case Green should reach. Angel Mangual is going to pinch hit for Dick Green. Angel hit .233 in 1974 in semi-regular duty. Okay, so Mangual is up against Eastwick. Mangual is a right-handed batter. Eastwick, a B pitcher for Kansas City, looking to close this out. Angel stands in. Eastwick, the wind, the pitch home, and Angel Mangual just lined a base hit to left field. He is aboard, and for the first time in this series, here comes Herb Washington, the designated runner for the Oakland A's. The pinch runner for Oakland. He has a very unique looking Pine Tar baseball card. The important part is that he is an A base stealer, and he is aboard at first base, pinch running for Angel Mangual in the 9th. He represents the tying run. Now, Darrell Porter has a -8 arm, which knocks Washington down to a 55. Are they going to send him? They could have North bunt. North at the plate. He's in the left-handed batter's box. Eastwick to the belt. Holds for an extra beat against Washington. The pitch home. There goes Herb. Herb Washington is out at second base. They threw him out. Darrell Porter throws out Herb Washington, and that eliminates Oakland's base runner. With 1 out now, North is up. 0 for 3 on the day with a walk for Billy. This one's trouble. Base hit North. No, I'm wrong. A strikeout, sorry. Strikeout for North. And that's 2 down. Campaneris, 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored. There's 2 outs in the 9th. Eastwick's 1 out away from a save. The pitch to Raleigh. Bando is on deck. The pitch to Campaneris is hit to left field. It's in the gap. It's in the gap. It splits Wilson and Otis and will roll to the wall. Campy gets to second and stops. And with 2 outs in the 9th, the tying run is at second base for Bando. Sal is 2 for 3. 2 runs scored, a solo homer, a walk on his day. Reggie Jackson on deck, Eastwick in trouble. The Kansas City bullpen is going, but it doesn't matter. The pitch home to Sal. He walked him. He walked Sal Bando. The lead run is now at first base, and it's Reggie Jackson coming to the plate. Reggie hit a 3-run bomb in the 8th off of Dennis Leonard to bring the Athletics back. He's 2 for 4 on the day, a single, a 3-run homer, and he's their cleanup hitter. He represents an insurance run. If he goes deep again, the A's lead. Eastwick to the belt. Jackson at the plate. Campaneris at second. Bando at first. 2 men out. This is the ball game. The pitch from Eastwick. It's a line drive base hit for Jackson. It's a base hit for Reggie. Campaneris is going to be waived. The throw is coming on from Willie Wilson. Will the A's tie the game? Campaneris waived. He's coming home. The throw from Wilson to Porter is not in time. We've got a tie game. Bando stops at second. Reggie Jackson has 4 RBIs in the last 2 innings of this game, and we're tied at 6-6 in Game 2 of the ALCS. Bando stops at second. Reggie's at first with a single. Eastwick still is on. They've got no good options. And Joe Rudy steps in. 1 for 3, a double, a run scored, a whiff, a hit by pitch. He's done everything. He could drive in the lead run right now. Bando takes his lead off second. Eastwick to the belt. He checks Bando. The pitch home to Rudy. Joe Rudy singles to right. It's in front of Cardinal. Here comes Bando around third. The throw from Cardinal to the plate to get Bando is not in time. Porter is livid. Rudy drives in Bando with the lead run. Reggie Jackson on the throw gets all the way to third base. Rudy's on first with a single. Porter jumping up and down. Fry running out of the dugout to argue with home plate umpire Ronnie Millsap. And the A's lead 7-6 in the top of the 9th. A comeback, maybe, for the ages. Gene Tennis, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Men at the corners, Eastwick still on. Yeah. Eastwick is still on. Fry sticking with him. Jackson at third. Rudy at first. 2 men out. Tennis at the plate. And it's hit to short. UL Washington goes to Frank White, and that retires the A's in the 9th, but not before. The world champions from 1974 score 2 runs after 2 are out, and after Pinch runner Herb Washington is thrown out trying to steal, and the Royals thought they had it won. 2 runs on 4 hits, and they left 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Fingers must be out of gas because he's not coming out. We have a number of changes to make here. We'll see how this one ends up. Fingers is not coming out for the save. Glenn Abbott is going to get the call. The new second baseman, batting 9th in the order, will be Ted Kubiak, who is in because Herb Washington pinch ran for Angel Mangual, who pinch hit for second baseman Dick Green. So Kubiak is in. And Glenn Abbott, who has started games in the tournament, 2 of them in fact, is on to try and get the save. He is an A-plus pitcher on the road with a walk modifier of 77. The Royals have Wathan, Cardinal, and Porter due, but they have a stable full of left-handed pinch hitters should they choose to go that route. Eastwick is now on the hook for the loss. Clint Hurdle is going to pinch hit for John Wathan and lead off here in the 9th inning. Hurdle, the left-handed half of a right field platoon for Kansas City in 1980. Hurdle hit .294 in 1980 with an on-base average of .349. Abbott, not accustomed to save situations. This is game 2. The A's lead 7-6. They are down in the series 1-0. Hurdle stands in. Wathan was 0 for 4 on his day. The pitch to Clint is hit in the air to left. Joe Rudy is going to make the play, and that's out number 1. Cardinal is due. He will not bat. It's going to be Willie Aikens batting for Cardinal. Aikens, of course, the erstwhile Royals first baseman, the left-handed half of a first base platoon, and a dangerous man at .278 in 1980 with good power. Cardinal finishes his day 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. The pitch to Willie. Ground ball third, gloved by Bando. He's going to throw to Holtz, and that's 2 down. And Darrell Porter, 2 for 4 with a run scored on his day with Frank White on deck. Porter. Dangerous. The pitch. Hit in the air to center. Billy North and the A's have completed a miraculous comeback to take Game 2, 7-6. Winning pitcher, Raleigh Fingers. Losing pitcher, Raleigh Eastwick. And the save goes to Glenn Abbott. Let's give you the line score in this topsy-turvy, crazy Game 2. The series now stands at dead even at a game apiece. The 1974 A's, the victors in this one, 7 runs on 12 hits, and they committed no errors. For the vanquished 1980 Kansas City Royals, 6 runs 11 hits, and they committed no errors. But they've got to be feeling sick to their stomach because they had a 5-run lead and they let it get away. Just like in Game 1, the 74 A's had a 4-run lead and they let that get away. What a game. 7-6 A's were tied in the ALCS, 1 game apiece. Game 3 will match up for the 1980 Royals. It'll be in Kansas City. It'll match up left-hander Larry Gura for the Royals against Catfish Hunter for Oakland. It should be a great one. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out these cards in this game at Pine Tar Baseball, TTLBaseballGame.com, TTLBaseballGame.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Please comment, click like, and subscribe to my channel. Tomorrow, it'll be Game 3 of the NLCS with the 79 Expos and Dan Schatzeder in Philadelphia against the 64 Phillies, and they will be pitching someone named To Be Announced. I don't know who that is, but he must be good or he wouldn't be on the team. So, thank you again for joining me. The final in this one, the 74 A's 7, the 1980 Royals 6. They take Game 2, and the series is knotted at 1. Thank you for joining me so much. My name's Kurt Berglund. Have a good day. So long, everybody.